Ladies, welcome back to the channel. It is the last day of the month today. Quite literally, it's the 31st of May today, which only means one thing, my monthly reading wrap up. So we'll be talking about all the books I read in May. I read 11 books this past month, which is one more than the previous month. At the beginning of the year, I was really stressed about not hitting my reading goal this year because yikes. We were reading few and far between, but I'm glad. We've been picking it up, and we've been reading and loving life lately. So enough jibber jabber, let's talk about all the books I read in May. The first book I read in May was Pretty Vicious by Lexi Davis. This book was such a good start to the month. If you're in the mood for some dark academia, secret society, weird cultish like vibes, then this is the book for you. This town is like controlled by this secret society, and it has been so for like hundreds of years. And this girl, I think, recently moved to the town. She has like, her father's an alcoholic. She's just trying to get through life. And she accidentally sees something she shouldn't have when delivering pizza to this like frat house. And she sees a bit of a murder. She sees a bit of a murder, and it's either do or fucking die. So she gets claimed by the house or the next cult leader. She gets claimed by him. Otherwise, she's gonna get killed. And there's some people that don't like that and sees, oh, this is the way in for me because this man has a weakness now. So it's kind of them figuring each other out, figuring the relationship out. This was one of the darker romances I have read in a while, but it was oh so good. If you like dark romance, you will probably like this. If not, read the trigger warnings, okay, and steer clear if you need to. I rated Vicious by Lexi Davis 4 stars. So, but to be fair, I'm easily pleased. So take that with a grain of fucking salt, okay? After Pretty Vicious, I needed a palate cleanser, guys. I reread The Deal by Al Kennedy. Now, if you don't know, The Deal was recently adapted into a hit Prime show called Off Campus, and I have watched it 2 times because it is very good. The Deal still holds up. This book was released like years ago, and I read it years ago, and it is incredible. This is a hockey romance. I mean, this is the hockey romance. Garrett Graham, Hannah Wells, the couple, every hockey romance strives to be. The Deal. If you don't know what this is about, how? Because this book is so popular. It follows a hockey player and Hannah, she's a singer. He fails an exam and he's like, I need to pass this class to play hockey, which is literally the most important thing to me. And he sees, holy shit, Hannah Wells, she passed the test. Like, she's one of the only ones that passed the test. So I'm gonna ask her for help. Hannah obviously says no. She's like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. But when Garrett notices, holy shit, little Miss Hannah Wells has a crush on a football player, he's like, you know what, let's make a deal. You tutor me and I pretend to date you, and the boy you like will become jealous and will start to like you. So that's basically the whole premise of The Deal. I rated this 4 stars because it's good. Rated it 4 stars, it's great, read it. After The Deal, I tackled more of my physical TBR and read the next 2 books in the Blue Rebel Ranch series. So the first book I read was Swift and Saddle, which is book 2. This is like city girl, cowboy romance. Not my favorite, okay? I didn't expect this to be my favorite, which is why I didn't pick it up right after I read Done and Dusted, which I did enjoy. I gave this book 3 stars. What really grinded my gears was that this girl, she has like serious do I want to say abandonment issues? Because this girl keeps fucking running away.
Hey! Why are you running? Why are you running?
Like, why are you not having mature conversations and instead just packing your bags and fucking off whenever things get hard? So that's a bit annoying. That's annoying. So I gave this 3 stars because I didn't really like the female main character in this one. Okay? So there is that. I then read Lost and Lassoed, which is the 3rd book in the series. Now, when these 2 characters first interacted in book 1, I was like, yes, put in card, I need those 2's romantic book immediately. And it was perfect. Well, it wasn't perfect, but it was really good. So this is Grumpy Sunshine, enemies to lovers, babysitting trope. Like, the man has a child and she babysits for him, but he doesn't really like her and she doesn't like him because he doesn't like her. And it's really good. What I do wish Lila Sage did was make them hate each other for a little bit longer. Like, they were lovey-dovey too soon, too fast, but the book isn't that big, so it wasn't the slowest of burns that I usually like when it comes to enemies to lovers. So take that into account. I rated this 4 stars. I don't know if I said that, but it was pretty good. I also really liked how Lila Sage approached Teddy's relationship with her best friend. Her best friend gets engaged, falls in love, and she suddenly doesn't know where she stands anymore. And I think that is so relatable to when your friend gets into a relationship and that person becomes their priority, their best friend. So I really like that in this book. After that, I dived into a bit of a fantasy mood and read Curse of the Sun and Stars by Zara Storm. This is the first book in this big series. I did like a whole review on that. If you want to read it, it's also on the Substack. Whew, what a great fantasy book this was. If you liked ACOTAR, Fourth Wing, any Quicksilver, whatever, if you like fantasy, you'll probably like this book. It follows this woman, this girl, and she's kind of like, bitch, I don't have any magic. And everyone has magic, but I don't have magic. And I have to drink this gross potion to keep me alive because I'm dying. Come to find out, bitch, she does have magic, but her magic is illegal. She's not allowed to have this magic. It's illegal. So she kind of goes on an adventure with a dark prince who's kind of known to be a genocidal maniac. More on that in the book. No spoilers. But it was so good. Obviously, princess, dark faith prince, their kingdoms kind of fucking hate each other. It was so good. If you're looking for a new romantasy to dive into, this is the way to go. It was edible. It was incredible. I loved it. After that great fantasy expedition, I heard some rumors, I heard some rumblings about a great series that's emotional and will gut you like a fish. And there is a curvy female character in one of the books. I was like, I will be immediately picking that up. And I, of course, am talking of the Boys of Tommen series. So I first started with this big beefy boy, Binding 13, which follows Johnny and Shannon. Johnny is like this superstar rugby player, and Shannon has been bullied her whole life, and she comes from an abusive household, and she finally convinces her father to let her go to this elite private school to have a fresh start. And on the first day of school, Johnny kind of hits her in the head with a rugby ball, and she kind of gets pantsed somehow, so the whole rugby team sees her
mint green high cut panty
stuff. Great job, Johnny, my boy. You kind of humiliated the girl on her very first day, but that's kind of how they start. And since then, they've kind of been obsessed with each other. there is an age gap. Johnny is 17, she is 15. So keep that in mind. It does feel a little bit weird, but Chloe Walsh did such a good job at navigating those feelings, their age, and I really enjoyed the book. So this series starts with these two books. We have Binding 13 and then we have Keeping 13. So these are Johnny and Shannon's books. Then we go a bit deeper into the universe and we read about Shannon's brother, Joey, who is the older brother in the house. So they have an oldest brother, Darren, but he left them. Great, he left them. So Joey has kind of been the parental figure in the house and raises the siblings, which there are many of. So Joey kind of was like, fuck man, guys, this is kind of hard, and turns to drugs. So we get introduced to a lot of these characters throughout Keeping 13 and Binding 13. So timelines kind of overlap, so it's really cool to see Joey's perspective. Like from when he storms out, we get to see his perspective, and we get to see Shannon's perspective when she stays in the house. So it's very freaking cool to see. It's like this meta world where you see like various POVs, and it's so great. So this is Joey and Aoife's story. One of my favorites by far. I think I rated Binding 13 5 stars, Keeping 13 4 stars, and the rest of the series was all 5 stars around. So this is Joey and Aoife's story. Joey, like I said, is a drug addict, and Aoife has kind of been in love with him since they met when they were 12 years old. But Joey is kind of like, oh, I'm not good for you, stay away from me. So they've been fighting and battling their feelings for each other for a very long time. And it's just such a beautiful story. These are, I think, some of my favorite books of all time. I loved Joey and Aoife's story. They also, Chloe Walsh just knows how to suck you in, and it's so emotionally tough to read that you're like, oh my god, I can't read, this is breaking my heart. You kind of forget that these aren't real people. Like, these are fictional characters, but I feel so deeply for them. So this is Joey and Aoife's journey and how he falls in love, how he gets sober, how he stays sober, and just how their love freaking grows. And I'm obsessed with these books. I'm obsessed with them. After Redeeming 6, I read Taming 7. This is Gypsy and Claire's books. We see these two characters throughout the series as well. Gypsy is Johnny's best friend. Claire is also one of Shannon's best friends. And they have kind of been having a push and pull relationship since they were children. They were basically in love with each other since they were kids. And they just didn't want to cross that line and ruin this amazing friendship that they have. So we have some darker themes in this book. So I will say check trigger warnings, because I think it's getting pretty dark from Taming 7 and onward. This was harder to read than the previous 4 books, and it was just incredible. I love Gypsy. He's funny, and Claire's just so endearing. So I'm excited to see where Chloe Walsh takes their relationship, because they do have some growing up to do, is all I will say. Then the last book in May was Releasing 10. This is the 6th book in the Boys of Tommen series. This is the newest release. This came out last year. And this follows Lizzie and Yu. Lizzie is another friend of Shannon and Claire, best friends actually, and Yu is Claire's big brother. Similar to Claire and Gypsy, Yu and Lizzie have been intertwined since they've been children, and the relationship kind of grows, expands, matures. This book was the darkest of them all. We deal with some pretty heavy topics in this book, and Lizzie trying to navigate them as best as possible. Lizzie is made out to be this mean girl throughout the series. Like, she dislikes Gypsy with a very vitriolic passion. She hates him, and that's because Lizzie believes that Kipsy's stepbrother is responsible for her sister's suicide. So this is like a whole thing, and it's very complicated, which I don't want to get into because spoilers. And reading Lizzie's book and reading about what she has been through, what her family has put her through, because Lizzie has bipolar disorder and she's made to believe that her trauma isn't real and that they're fictional and she's making them up. So it kind of drives her insane. Like, she doesn't know the difference between fake and reality anymore. So it was very hard to get through this. It's also, this couple is also one of my favorites, hands down. I mean, give me a heroine that's misunderstood and is suffering silently. I eat that up like fucking cake. It was so freaking good. Okay guys, those were all the books I read this month. It was fantastic. It was a great reading month, especially the Boys of Tommen series, guys. Whew. I thought the series was finished, but I guess I have to wait for the next few installments, which I'm really excited for. I'm really excited to read the next chapters of these character stories. I'm really excited. What were some of your favorite books you read this month? Let me know down in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe this video if you want to. It's completely free, by the way, to leave a like, subscribe down below. Remember to follow me here, and if you want to see some beautiful tooting my own horn over here, if you want to see some more in-depth reviews of some of these books, then don't forget to check out the Substack down below as well. And then I'll see you when I see you. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.